That's a nice looking little monument sitting in the middle of our base, doing us a little bit of a favor where I guess we're wearing out a little bit of stuff. And again, I'm assuming the kitty cats are probably going to turn into something other than kitty cats by the time it's, well past Halloween. Hello everybody, this is Frogman. Welcome back to Captain of Industry. I've been doing a little bit of rearranging in preparation for the next project, and we're also been doing a couple other little in-between things, starting to plan out some loops, resource loops, end game stuff, the infinite kinds of things that we're needing to work on. So as things go and progress, we're going to try to figure out the last little two or three things that we need to get done, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm just going to keep playing this world or have fun with it or do whatever. So in between episodes, I've dug down 3 copper asteroids. This one, apparently the water is rather deep out here, but my goal, I think, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I splashed down a pure one right here. I think there was like 1 million copper in that one and like 900,000 copper in this one. And essentially what I want to do is I want one more, which I haven't brought back yet. I think we want either this one or that one of the two. We're going to plunk it down kind of right here. I'm not really concerned about losing material. The outsides of these things don't have an awful lot of material, so if you do splash it on like the little skirt that's around the outside of them, there's not a whole lot of material in it, so you can kind of just barely see the edges of it. The majority of the material is going to be in the center core, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to splash another one kind of like maybe right there, and then that is going to be our copper deposit for the times coming. So we will set up our little farm and, our little ore processing facility right there. And then I think probably what I'm going to do is without even using trains, we're just going to pump the copper up the hill and dump it into a whole lot of these. Lot of these. Now, unfortunately, we're going to be kind of running on coal for a while, because I think our next big project after that is going to be playing with more of the, I've got a lot of coal here, but again, I'm trying to get away from this thing that is this limited resource, and coal on this island is a limited resource. Coal is not replenishable outside of contracts, so contracts are easier to take care of over in the manufacturing area, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with those. I think we might start switching over to at least half arc furnaces, but that is going to require me to do a lot of work with our power plant, and so as far as the next couple of things we want to play with. So today, the other thing that I want to say is here, as we work through things, is I have done a little bit of moving things around and adding. So as you guys know, this used to just be a square. I have added on another line that required me, add another line at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more housing areas, because I want to try a couple of other little things. There's some stuff that I've got my eyeballs on that I need to work on, and I need to go ahead and start working on those things. So you guys, I'm going to do that for now, and I'm going to let them populate, because I want to turn these on today. And in order to turn those on, we're going to need at least 1,000 people plus the amount of people it requires to run the machines that feed them the office supplies. It's also going to be a deal where I'm going to start working on boosting up this process out here, which means I think I've got a couple of more things we can put in there. Good, that one's done. Nice. You go ahead and drop another one of these down like so. And can I just get it to do the thing? Beautiful. All right, so we'll do that as well and that as well and start building. Why did it do that? I always love it when it does that. And then we'll try that again. All right, and that all can get on pause, and they can just build that as we need to. I'm not really too concerned about having it working right this perfect second. So we should have plenty of water. I might have to add a couple of more of these in. I mean, they're only ever going to need, what is it? I forget what they return back. It's only like 6 per thing to replenish, so we should be fine, at least as far as the water's concerned there. Why did you stop? Oh, because we have these on for whatever reason. No, no stopping zones. That's just an area for silliness. I'm the more I play with the trains, the more I'm finding that the stopping zones are more just there to slow you down than anything else. So I mean, the only places I'll do it is when I'm having entrance kind of crisscrossing tracks kind of like this. And even then I'm kind of saying that like this one doesn't need to be there. And yeah, I've already got that one taken out. So the only one that I've been keeping in is those types of crossings. So if I have to leave a track or come back, if I have to come back onto a track, or if I have to cross a track to get over something, then yeah, that's where I do it. That's the only time I leave the stopping in, because otherwise they'll get gridlocked and they can't move. So yeah, we worry about it. Anyhow, we are going to make a bunch of more people, or at least I want a lot of people. We're going to try to fill up enough people so that we can turn on 2 of the office buildings for the time being. I want to know exactly how much computing and whatnot I can get out of those, and fun things. So in doing so, when I built all of these houses, I had to move a couple of things around. So I had to move this over to here, which wasn't too terrible big of a deal. All of the waste products and whatnot are over here, currently moved down to this edge, and I went ahead and conglomerated all of our waste production stuff. So I went ahead and added 4 more of these anaerobic digesters to our line and put the wastewater processing over here. Now this will let us, if we need to, expand that by just doing something like this and dump in a few more of those over here. I am not concerned about, the fact that we're going to be probably doubling up a bunch on this, but this is actually producing a considerable amount of the this fuel gas now. We're making a reasonable amount of it, so I figured this was a good place to just start building this direction and maybe start working our way around this nice little bay area should we need it, and that will allow us a little bit more room should I feel like it to try to dump maybe a couple of more things in here. The water processing, this area right here that I have all of this stuff set up, can come down here now if we so feel like it, and I may end up doing that eventually just because we're currently running it off of the fuel gas that's coming off of this area. So I guess we do what we do. Anyhow, we are going to work on trying to get up workers so that we can fill in these. So our main goal here, looking at it, is I need to be able to go ahead and start building those. So let's go ahead, we'll hit a pause button on one of them and hit the go ahead and resume construction. And then we need to figure out how to make, I'm assuming, something like 16 office supplies per minute. So let's look at office supplies. That is going to be paper, household goods, and electronics too. Oy, okay, can we get all that kind of back someplace without having to move too much around? Because I should have paper right... No, that's plastic. Where's the paper? Paper's all the way the heck up here. How much do we make if we put one of these in here? Oh, wow. So that's just one of them. Okay, so then it really doesn't matter where we end up putting that thing. I can surely pipe that back. So the other problem is going to be this is going to also output the recyclables. Almost wished I'd have flipped that so that that was the other way around, because it did kind of think we could probably do a little bit. I might be able to... Well, we got to get the paper up here. Back there, wherever. I mean, I guess I could build it right here. As always, best laid plans for various things. You have such a mess and then you end up piping it back. I think we'll probably build it like right up here where I had a bunch of these already, because the end goal is we're gonna just probably keep expanding this and build a few more of them up here, just depending on how good this actually is. So, let me make sure nothing is too terrible up here. Okay, so we have an office building. That should be good to work for us for a little bit. That's got no one in it, mainly because we don't have enough people. What happens when you just do that? Not enough workers. Okay, that's what I was worried about, was that we're going to get ornery with us. I'm just going to go straight with the level 3 office. There's no reason to kind of work our way up. So I think we figured out how to get that going. I'm going to put you... Yeah, I think it's just going to end up being a long waller back, which is fine. We have plenty of belts. let's see. We have the... Well, we do have everything we need aside from the actual parts right there. So you guys stop driving through my working area, please. You're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and grab this and plug that into... No, what do you... Oh, that's not amazing. I need to back you up one. There you go. And then we will grab us a flat lift. There you go. That'll work. And then I think I can just flat lift this. Why don't you just do...
5, 4, 3, 2,
yeah, something like that. And then we'll just grab one of these and put that right there. And then I need to... I think I can run them just like right down the line here. So they are... Which ones? These guys? Yeah. If I just grab you guys and steal you from right there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah? Okay. And then we'll just do this. 1, 2. There. No connecties. You're too high. You're one too high. Come all the way down. And then I'm gonna do there. Will you go, or have I gotta back you up a little bit? Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
And then what I'll do is I'll bring that up and over this direction and in. Okay, so we've got this figured out. I think what I want to do is we'll make sure that at least the scrap line is... So this is going to make how much? 16, so we don't even need a massive amount of control here. We'll just do this. Come out to the center, down. And... I don't want to just leave it on the ground right now. But we can bring it up into a third line. Go all the way up. No, you're just gonna go that way and then come down one. Under everybody. To right there. So it's gonna be this to there to that. Back up one. Okay, that'll be there. And then we'll bring this pipeline across. I think I might be able to get it to do something silly. Give me you. Just come over. There. Oh, that's perfect. Right? Do it, right? We saw you do it. Good. Excellent. And then you should be able to go... I might have to move that one. You go to right. Just stop right there on that one. You let go, and let's move from here to there. Sometimes they'll go quite a ways. Like, look at how long that one was. Oh, come on. You can do it. All right, well, the next one we're going to have to do is right there. We're going to have to cut both of those off. Let's see if this will go over both of those. It will. Beautiful. Get so built. I guess we can take this one out now. We don't need it anymore. I was saying that for a just-in-case kind of a thing. But we don't need it in the way anymore, so I can remove that. Unlike running belts, it's always fun to run belts in this game. Let's see, will you go over that now? Not quite. It they're paired together. So what we need to do then here is let's just pause both of these guys so we don't have a mess everywhere. And then I'll delete it right across the top of those rows. Guess I can fix this too, but whatever. So then we'll delete from there to there and there to there. Go away. I didn't want you to build. Pause it, please. I know. To here. Thank you. And then you guys come out to about right here. And then we'll flat lift it down in. And then fix those. Perfect. Go back to work. Before everybody gets mad at us. Do the little magic trick thingy here because we don't want that in the middle of the road. I really wish they would make a pillar tool. I understand the need for the pillars, but you know, why is it so necessary? And especially right here, like why, how, as a you know, something that's looking rather structural as it is, why does this not count as a pillar? You know, I don't get it. Okay, we have 1,153 people. Let's go back over here and tell them to stop making babies for the moment, just because I don't need to be overfeeding a lot of people. And had to do a little bit of tuning. I hope we have enough of this. We're gonna have to keep our eyeballs on the processing for just a second, because apparently I was not making enough water to keep that many people happy. We're at 93 now on each of these. 93, 94, 95. 95 times 3 is 285, which I believe we have a Mark III pipe here. $285 at the current level that we're at. 285. We're probably a little over what these can do, huh? No, we should still be good. I mean, it's not like I can't just add another one. Part of the fun of expanding people is you need to make sure they have enough of their waste production and their food production. We should be fine on food. They're mad at me because I broke something. They'll be better in a little bit, but yeah, as always, the way the game plays. Okay, we're back to +1. Good deal. All right, you guys stay +1 for a little bit and we'll be fine. All right, I think all of that's programmed, planned, ready to go. I guess we just turn it on and have them build it. That should go all the way back to there. And then you can get there, you can get there, and all of that can get played out. And now we finally play with something I probably should have been playing with a really, really, really long time ago. However, we are going to kind of work on this a little bit. Once we get this working and we get it figured out what we can and cannot do with it, I do exactly plan on starting to make this run pretty much non-stop. So we'll see how those all go, because we do have a bunch of little things I want to do. And you need all the servers we have in stock, can you please? Thank you. How much power is this going to take? 600 kilowatts. I think one of the next thing I'm going to do too, and I was kind of fiddling with it a little bit in between episodes, is something along the lines of this. So if I drop a U down, like maybe right there, that's 108 That's 108 solar panels, which I might start having them absolutely very, very slowly pick at in squares. Now, the problem with 108 solar panels is that's only 21 megawatts of power, but it's 21 megawatts of power we don't currently have. So I'm going to start playing around with those. And by 21 megawatts of power, these engines right here, the 4 of them make 20. So it's kind of one of the problems. Free power is never space efficient in games like this. Alrighty, so there we go. We've got a little bit of the... Okay, cool. Yeah, that's 48 office supplies. That's enough to support how many? I mean, my math, it's way early in the morning right now. 6 of those. Interesting. That's 6,000 people that you could support with that production. And that production should... You can just get paused. Stop wasting my time. Actually, turn around and put that back in the thing. Thank you. All right, we should have enough people. Let's play around with what this does for us. So if we hit unpause, how much do I get out of this? I mean, what's numbers like? Where's my thing? So for this much, I get to do what? Well, I mean, what do I really want to do right now? Oh. Oh. So yeah, give me like... Okay, I get you now. So I've got X amount of people sitting there doing various things. I want to go to at least that for plus mining rigs for there. I am going to ask for a little bit more unity from the people, and I want maintenance bonus up to at least 5% if we can get it. How many more people we got left? 225. And then it's either going to be food consumption or start finding ways of getting rid of unity. Drains. I mean, we have plenty of food consumption for right now. How about I do, well, plus 2% contracts on unity cost. Is that going to be really nasty? So that's 5% on that. And the train capacity, I say we use what we can on that. And so I have 5 people chilling, not doing things. So then the other thing we can do, further cost appointment is boost it. So you need 48 teraflops.
5, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
120% on top of what it's currently doing. I mean, I suppose we could also do the hospitals. I should actually get to work on doing that as well. All right, so that's going to give us an extra 6% of world mines efficiency, 2.5% unity from settlements. So the contract unity cost, that should be immediate. Oh, wow. So what am I getting for, say, efficiency on my bauxite mine now? Oh, wow. So plus 6% on what's coming out of that. I mean, you're talking 6% and things like that. I can understand where this is going to be kind of fun. So we're currently at 120%. If I take this to, how much have we got? Okay, well, I suppose then the next step is we turn But we kind of keep an eye on things. I'm still kind of waiting on my food production to be whining at me, saying we're doing terrible things. How are we? We went from a max of 230 to around 260 something. We still need to do one more food type, I think. I'm not going to plan on doing all of them, but I do want to do at least one more. But we're going to have a long time before we get to that point. Everything looks good. Those are all full and nothing's complaining terribly. As always with the way things go. Why don't you guys do me another huge favor? We're going to come back over here and let a little bit more population come in. I'm going to pause that and have them build it. How are we doing over here? Did you guys get those built? They're working on it slowly. Now, this is going to take a while because we're not really making a massive amount of these solar cells. So I'm just going to kind of let it build up and see how it takes and how it does. And then once we get a few of them built, then I'll probably turn up the solar panel efficiency. These guys can't get to that, can they? Dummy. Go ahead and finish the job. Build a couple of those. I'd like to see a few of them set up before we're done. All right. There's 200 kilowatts of free power once we built it. And it's not free because it required an awful lot of stuff to make. But, you know, at least it's there forever and we've got it. And yeah, I'm probably just going to fill like most of this area that we've been clearing out with those just to try to get us a little bit more theoretical free power. If I could have about 50 megawatts of power off of one of those, that would definitely help considerably with a lot of the things that we're currently doing. And you, sir, are full, aren't you? Yes, you're full. No, they're not too full. Okay, we're fine. Oh, asteroids. I would like you to scan for another one, please.
3, 2, 1, lift off.
And we get another titanium. Which I don't think we're going to need any titanium anytime soon. But again, that's going to be another one of those things eventually we're going to play with. We'll let them fill up. And I guess since we're there, give me another one. I got to figure out which one I want to bring in next. I guess if we have a copper that is a bringable at this point. Bringable. Draggable. I need 60 more of those to bring that one down. Let's get a 60 more on here. So 560. That'll send up another. And what did we find for the next one? So copper and quartz gone. Because I don't want double ores. Not interested in them. It's amazing how much wasted time I have in that, you know, throwing parts at the wall and hoping things stick. All right, 1,100 people ought to do us the job. Let's go ahead and pause the natural population growth. Turn this one on. And I now have 10,000 or 1,035 people. If I tell this to boost with computing, that adds, I'm assuming, stop that. So I get 200 extra people for every time I do that. Is that the way that works?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, that's kind of massive. All right, so I would like to add a little bit more to contract profitability to get it up over 5%. Trucks and trains can do 5% more. Let's do 5% on trucks. 5% on crop yields. And yes, please. Right now, I'm not worried about the research efficiency. Maybe do that one to there, and then I have 120 left for the minute. So that's a thing we could fiddle around with in there, and I could get Unity back. How much is this point? So it's 6 points in here. If I click in here, what is the research efficiency going from here to there? So it's 15. So in order to get one of these back, I got to get it at least over 15. Okay, well, that's good to know. How about the recycling efficiency? Can't do anything there. That is a bunch of people. I have 120 things going on right now. I honestly think for now, I'm going to do that. And then if anybody else will take anything. So I've got 15 people chilling, not doing anything, but I can add. I may need to add a little bit more computing before I get a little bit more excited. Let's go make sure this is up. Yes, please. Add what we can. Amazing. And then, yeah, we just kind of play around with it and see. So that should... I mean, as far as Unity is concerned, these numbers were up slightly. That's good. That's what I wanted to see. And if I did a little bit more work, so like if we did a little bit more work for the hospitals or the consumer electronics or the luxury goods, we could actually do quite a bit more. Interesting. So all I'm doing is burning a little bit of office supplies and an awful lot of focus points, computing. So it's 192 teraflops. Ouch. And so I'm kind of happy with this. This is actually, for what it's worth, that's a 2% research efficiency. Maintenance bonus is up 5%. So that means, I wonder, actually, I should look at this. The production is up.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
That's actually pretty huge. That means I might not need to be running all of these. I mean, that's pretty huge considering the fact that, yeah, output's full. I might have to sit here and watch this. I might be able to shut a couple of these off because the maintenance 3 depots are really hot on the power, and so are the maintenance 2s, although the 2, we only have 2 of them. I don't know. I'll have to watch and see how this all goes. So I think we'll call that there, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got into some offices and finally did a couple of other little silly things. We are slowly but surely going to fill out this area with the with the solar panels, because they're going to give us some free energy that does not require any automation past them being built. So here comes another one in, maybe. Now we're still a little short. I need to crank up the production of the actual solar cell monos, but you know, I'll take free power. I should say free power. I'll take easy power that does not require automation, power that does not require other silly things. And to be fair, if we get enough of those down, we could even start thinking about the whatever this is, this thing, and figuring out how to use these. So this is a long time from now, and these are incredibly inefficient, and you only want to use them if you have a massive amount of extra power. So I think for now we will call that. We've got offices. I've got some more plans to do. Next time we will play with that over there and start thinking about what we're going to do in game. So I'll see you guys all later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.